So I'm back to doing this some more. I'm going to finish coloring this cobblestone pathway for Cottage by the Sea. I think this is video 6. I don't really like the yellow stones in with the chocolate brown soil, but you know, get what you get. So I'm going to just go forward with it. There's going to be a lot of work trying to make these stones not look like there's a drop-off. It's almost a U-shaped drop-off so far. And I'll change that. I'll try and darken the back side of the stones. So right now I'm adding the clay reddish brown color. And this is taking me weeks. Always remember, the amount of work you set yourself to do, is it worth it? For me, this is my downtime, my creative time, away from stress and kids and stuff. And if YouTube would just lay off the whole narcissistic attack thing, things would be much better. Thank you, Pixabay, for Creative Commons license free, royalty-free music. I'm going to say that in every video. Yep. All right, so using the clay orange reddish brown around every stone. My hand has cramped severely. Just kidding. I'm okay. I've done lots of big art projects like this in the past. A lot of them, I was in junior high, high school, and oh no, there was one kindergarten. I remember drawing a dogwood tree, and I drew every flower on the tree. There must have been 100 and some flowers. I think I sat there and counted it, and I took hours during class. But it was kindergarten. Nobody cared. So I got to just sit in the back of the classroom and draw the dogwood tree. And I colored each flower pink. And I remember the grass and the leaves of the tree and the bark of the trunk and the sky. And I think I put a couple of birds in the sky. And that picture, who knows where that is? That might be in my collection? Probably not. I don't think I have anything from when I was in kindergarten. But this is my, what do you call it? ASMR, where I draw and color to relax and chill and zone out. Okay, so this is where I do this the best. Usually music is included. That's very nice, but so far, no. There's been issues. I don't like to use the same music over and over and over again. It's just not a thing I like. So once I get done with this pathway and get it to a point where it's filled in, I might tweak it later, but then I'll move on to something else in the picture, because I am definitely tired of coloring around odd shapes. Once the red clay color is all put down, I bring in the kind of a grayish brown color. And it looks plain gray, but it's not. It's got hints of color in it. And then I go around all the stones again. But that still doesn't give the stones enough three-dimensional look. And that's when I have to go over the stones again. I'm shading in where a building is, giving it a little shade there. It was too bright. So once I fill in with the darkish gray color all around all the stones again, then I come back and I can do a light or a dark highlight. And I'll show you if that works or not. The plan is to get kind of an off-white pen of some sort and put a little highlight on all the stones just so they pop out more. And I really want this something to be a complete page. I want to be able to frame it, put it on the wall, and not stuff it in a box like the rest of my artwork. I think that's kind of dishonorable to all the effort I've tried to put in. Most of my artwork is lost in boxes and containers or the trash can, and it's just, I don't learn anything when I throw it away. I don't look at it again and say, oh, I remember doing this and I could have done it a better way, or I remember the feeling of accomplishing this and that was good. I need to keep doing that. So to throw away all my artwork is an idiot move. Stuffing it in a box is also not a good idea. You gotta keep it. My stuff's filed in folders, but it's still, some of it could come out and be seen. It's not too terrible. Other stuff, yeah, it's pretty bad. And I leave it in a box. That's okay. All the colored pencil will be filled in. I'll probably wax the page. There's going to be no more white showing through. So it looks like it's a little inconsistent right now. But when I'm done, there'll be no white showing through the stones. Eventually I'll get out some older artwork. I have artwork that has inspired a movie because they looked at my website and I allowed the people to use my artwork to make a movie. And they definitely changed it so that it would not be the same. But I'm still going to show what I did. So you could probably take a guess as to what it is. Now, I never got paid. I think that's unfair because I did have an awesome idea. And it is not a brand new subject. It's been done before. And there's quite a few examples of what I did. And you'll be able to see it. But just to let you know, that's the cool stuff. I can come up with good ideas. I just literally don't have enough of me to make the full thing. You know, it would require a team. It would require planning ahead, talking, scheduling, being consistent. And that's the thing I have a lot of trouble with. A majority of that. I'm really good at ideas and creativity and making changes and getting a message across or a feeling. I can do that. That's cool. The rest of it is more business and scheduling. Sometimes business and scheduling ruins the artwork, and other times it's needed to keep the artwork on the tracks, going forward, as long as the direction is in the right way. So now that I've filled it in, I'm going to go over it again. Each stone's going to have a silver line, kind of a silver scoop of basically my gray shuttle pencil. It's got some metallic look to it. So it will add a reflective, shadowy area. And I'm going to go over every stone that is within reason. Obviously not further down the path. There's not much that I can do. It'd be a really fine job. I guess I could, but I'm not going to make the effort to do that. So you can watch silver being added to the back side of the stones, opposite side of the sunrise. The yellow is still bothering me, but I'm going with it. The yellow stones. And then as I work with the ground around the pathway, this is where the pathway and the surrounding area will start to blend together. At this point, the page is curling. That's usually a thing where I got to get my paper clip out. There's other ways of coloring and drawing on a sheet of paper at this size. Usually it's taking it out of the notebook. Usually. But I like to keep things in my notebook because otherwise they end up in a box like I described earlier. Coming to the end of the coloring session here. Every stone has a silver mark at the back, kind of where the shadow is. So it's starting to reflect that silver. And towards the very end here, I'll give you a full view of the pathway. Hopefully it will start to make sense. But this was also tedious because it took a long time. and it seemed like silly detail. And I did throw some gray silver out there, kind of along the edges where the shadow would be. So yes, it's looking okay. It's very, very full. Moving the lamp around. I have a reflective gold sheet. It's not real gold, obviously. It's just crafting paper. And I have it in the back behind the lamp so that it reflects some warm glow on the page. Otherwise, the lamp light bulb, it kind of gives it a blue washed out look. But the pathway is mostly full. And the silver reflective pencil mark, you can see it. And only part of it shows up as the light comes on the pathway. As I blend the pathway in with the side walls and piles of rock, I might change my mind on the color of the pathway. If so, I will need a new kneaded eraser later. Throwing a gray color over all of this would mute it. It would make it a more mute color, and that would be good. If I didn't want it this warm and brown and yellow. So this is where it's at right now. And you can definitely see there's still a U-shape dip in the road. And that's colors. That's a color change. So if I put some of this warm orange in here, that would take care of that. Although, I'm kind of liking this. I have a lot of different colored pencils that I've been using. I left them out so I didn't confuse this. Here's my little gold sheet. Oh, I have two of them. So yeah, this reflects a lot of coloring. So you can see where some camera lighting and whatnot can be useful when doing artwork, taking pictures of artwork and stuff. So that's different. There's the light bulb. It's a blue hint on camera, and then you add a little gold sheet. There. So there's the gold sheets. So the pathway is looking pretty solid. I'm actually tired of looking at it right now, but yeah, that U shape is still there. So it does go deeper and farther. It's got a lot more texture. Parts of the stones look individual. It's not like the stones are mashed together. If you look at it from a different angle, this is how you tell what's what on your own artwork, is you check it out from different angles. Because if you ever display it, you're going to find out some flaws and messes. Besides not having all the skills in the world, you'll still find out, if you don't look at it from different angles, you'll find out all the messes you've made, mistakes you've made. You got to see it from different perspectives. What is the actual message you're trying to get across? Don't just make something and hope everybody agrees with it, because you're going to find out most of the world doesn't care. That's being an artist with your stuff in public 101, is don't expect everyone to like it. Don't get your feelings hurt. So this pathway, half of me hates it. It's tedious, took a long time. It's brown and yellow, like ew, like bad cocoa pebbles on the countertop. But the other part of me loves it because each of these are individual stones. They're all different. None of them are the same. Never going to have a repeated stone here. Now, sometimes cobblestones, yes, are repeated stones. They're cut and made. Sometimes they're cut and made and rounded into a somewhat oval shape, just so they're useful. And it's easier to install and have everything be smooth on top, you know, for whatever kind of traffic. Foot traffic or horses or whatever. But I just went for whatever, threw the stones down, made them all unique, and made them cocoa pebbles. I don't know why. So I'm gonna lay off myself here for a second. Give it a break, let it rest. I could get in here, put a little more solid color. Some of it's looking a little bit with white peeking through. That's not too bad. The stuff in the far distance is too gray. Look how huge my finger is. And this is tiny. You have no idea how tiny that is. Then I will work on, some of this is growth, little grasses and whatnot. Some of it's lumpy soils with rocks in it. Other parts, lots of stone and rock and concrete, cemented areas. Got stepping stones, walls, more wooden steps. Oh, yep, I colored those gray, didn't I? Well, some of them could be wood steps. So there's a lot to do still. And when the thing is all done, that's when I can be like, I like it or I don't like it.